Yeah.
And the Super Eagles of Nigeria are dead. Buried. Put a fork in them.
Yeah.
Let me just start at the end, if you don't mind, if I may.
Go ahead.
Yinka, obviously, as we always do during games, we're texting in our group with our
Mm-hmm.
friends. You know, just you, me, and 30 of our best friends, right? And let me tell you exactly what I said. So this is not hindsight. This is what I said in real time, Yinka. What is the name of that group again? Let me find it. Okay. You know, so this is when a big lump of a defender, Calvin Bassey, steps up to take Nigeria's first PK.
Yeah.
He had been our best player on the day, by the way. He was our best player on the day.
Between me and the right back, Frederick. Yeah.
Okay, but the right back, okay, I'll give you that. But he had played a really good game. But you are what you consistently do. I've never seen this dude. I think I've seen him score a header before for Fulham. But I've never seen him do anything with his feet, with the ball at his feet. That made me go, oh, okay. If I had one PK to save my life, call this dude.
Yeah.
Never. Okay. Anyway, I essentially say, why is this guy playing the first spot kick?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm just like shocked out of our mind. Like, why? Out of my mind, rather. What are we doing? Calvin Bassey taking the first one. And then the sixth one goes to Sami Ajayi, another defender, another big lump of a defender. Two big lumps went 1 and 6. Okay. Why? So, defend your people.
So now I'm going to go maybe a holistic route and not just fast forward to the end like
holistic, my ass. But go.
I will get to the end. Yeah.
Okay.
So with our position on the Super Eagles, the debacle, the whole issue with the qualification, going through the playoffs, that has already been documented. So I'm not going to go through that. So I'm just going to rewind like 2 days before the Gabon game, when news broke that the players refused to train because they were owed allowances.
Okay.
As at that point, Akin, we were not sure, or there were conflicting information as to whether it was owed allowances or promised allowances, as in what they were trying to negotiate based on the 2 games that were coming up.
Potato, but okay. I hear you.
But I think we eventually concluded that they owed them allowances and stuff. Yeah?
Okay.
And I remember I was chatting with my brothers and I told them, like, I'm not a professional footballer. Right? But if I were in this player's shoes, the last thing on my mind will be money. The first thing on my mind will be I need to get to the World Cup. Mind you, none of them, and I repeat, none of these guys have played in the World Cup before. None of them. So if 2 days before the qualifier, a key qualifier, what is on your mind is money. It shows me where your priorities are. Yeah. Oh. And I remember telling my brothers, I'm like, I don't think these guys, they don't know what's up. I don't think we Nigerians that want to go to the World Cup, I don't think these guys really care whether they go or not. Right. And I remember one of my brothers said, boys, their money now, they should fight for it. I said, there is a time and place for everything. The Nations Cup is just 2 months, a month or so down the corner. You can then this fight that you want to fight, you can fight it Nations Cup. Say, we're not playing the first game of the tournament. We want our money. Yeah? I've gone to multiple Nations Cup. I have nothing to prove there. Although I've not won, but at least I've been there, right? World Cup you've not been to. My expectation will be, right, that the game should be the priority, should be number 1 on your list. You should be training for the game. You should be perfecting your skills. You should be practicing PKs to know who should go first, to know who is the better PK player. That will be my expectation, because based on the evidence that we saw today, it was just like who is not scared to play. Yeah, go and play. I don't think those people that stepped up to play the spot kick were the best PK players on that team. I'm not even sure whether they trained for it. But they didn't because they're busy talking about their money. Yeah. Now, I'm not absorbing NFF. You and I know that I've said a lot about NFF and it's been documented, so I'm not going to go there. It's the players I'm talking to right now, right? You let yourselves down. You let the country down, right? You let your families down. Because how much is this money that they owe you, Akin? Can it be up to a month or 2 months salary that you earn playing in Europe? You're losing focus. You cannot be thinking about money when there's a game. This shouldn't be what will happen. And when the Gabon game came and Nigeria won 4-1, it seems as if everybody forgot about it. You and I did not. We looked at ourselves and we said what? We said that scoreline really flattered Super Eagles. We didn't play well at all. We looked like a team, right, that did not train enough. That's what we look like. And it was even more evident today, right, against Democratic Republic of Congo. At a particular point in time, there was no, I don't know what Eric Chell, okay, don't let me jump the gun. I'll get to Eric Chell.
Yeah, you're going to many different places at the same time. But keep going. Keep going.
At a particular point today, right, Lookman and Chukwueze were on the same side of the pitch. And I'm like, who is playing right wing? The team was disjointed. There was no question. You see sometimes, what's his name? Onyeka will be on the right wing. Lookman will be behind Osimhen. And I'm like, what is this formation that this guy is playing? Then something happened halftime. And what we noticed was that Osimhen did not come back onto the pitch. A lot of people said he was injured, right? But I heard, someone told me, and I hope this is not true, that there was an altercation in the dressing room started by Osimhen based on the fact that Lookman did not pass the ball to him like a few minutes before halftime. And that was why it was taken off. And I'm like, see this madness clowns that is going on. See these clowns. What are we doing here? So I've said it before, Eric Chell has no business taking this team or whichever Nigerian team. I think this team should be disbanded, by the way. I don't think Eric Chell he should be fired this evening, one. Yeah. But the sacking should not stop at Chell only. If NFF had any dignity in them, they should resign. All of them, all the members of NFF should resign this evening. That's what should happen. Yeah. We're giving them grace based on the hope that we could still make it to the World Cup. Not going to the World Cup back to back is a disgrace for 300 million people. That's the honest truth. Now, the game happened. Democratic Republic of Congo were by far the better side. They played the better football. They looked the better team. Akin is not close. Akin is not close. Don't even do.
But they're not good.
By far.
They were better than us, but they were not good. I just want us to. We've seen good. We know what good looks like. But keep going. Keep going.
It is two teams. There are two teams on the pitch playing each other. I
understand.
Right?
I understand.
One team is by far better than the other. That's a fact. The two sides are not good. That's a fact also. That's why they're in the playoffs.
Yinka, with all respect,
yes,
a team that is far better than you doesn't draw you 1-1 in the biggest games of their lives.
Akin. How many times did I call your name? I made it twice.
I didn't call
one more time. Akin, you need to go watch the second half again.
I watched the second
half. You need to go watch that second half again. These guys were pinging the ball up and down. We were on the back foot. The field tilt was in their favor. They were the ones that had the better chances to score. The only chance we had was that puller that Tolu nodded over the bar. Apart from that, they actually had the ball in the net that they called offside. They almost hit the post. I think the keeper saved it. They had the better chances, Akin. We were gasping for breath. So don't come here and tell me that there's no coping mechanism here.
Yinka, right? I'm not defending Nigeria. Yes. But Yinka, look, I call the balls and the strikes as I see it. Okay. So I don't like the we played better. We play to win the game. They did, but I'm not a Congolese. If I was a Congolese, hold on, Yinka. If I'm Congolese, I'm fuming today. I'm fuming because all that possession, all that domination. I can't tell you for sure that this team doesn't lose to New Caledonia in the intercontinental playoffs, whatever they call it.
They beat Cameroon, they beat you guys convincingly.
No, they didn't beat Nigeria convincingly. They beat by very bad PKs, Yinka. Very bad PKs.
What you're trying to do, right, is diminish these guys, right?
No.
That's what you're trying to do.
No. I'm a football purist.
That's what you're trying to do.
Yinka, I'm a football... Okay, Yinka, you know what? I will not let you derail what I have to say. I'm taking over. This is what I had to say. Okay, I found the text, by the way. So I said, Bassi is our first PK taker. This is before he kicked the thing.
Yeah.
I said, Jesus in heaven, how low have we sunk? Right? Go on.
Time out. PKs have nothing to do with positions, Akin.
No, this is not about a position. It's not about position. It's because it's about I've seen him play and there's no part of him that knows how to control the ball. How is he taking a PK?
Akin, you don't know that.
I know that.
We've seen teams where the best penalty kicker is their left back.
Yinka, I know you're not a betting man. But if they say close your eyes, they put gun for your head and say make you name 5 people we go play PK. You go name them? Come on.
I'm not part of the team, so I don't know who can play and who can't.
You don't get to sit on the fence.
So there's this misconception, right, that a striker must be the one to play the PKs.
No, not me. Not me.
What's his name?
With me.
What's his name? The left winger. Simon played his PK now. What happened to it?
You're telling me academic. You've known me for 40 years. Stop this academic nonsense. I'm not making an academic point. If someone puts a gun to my someone puts a gun to my head, is about to fire it off and says choose 5 penalty takers. Because I've watched these people play. I'm not choosing this man with my life on the line.
Akin, that's my point. You cannot say because I've watched someone play, I know whether he can play a PK or not. That's not how it works.
You just made the argument that they didn't practice. They don't know who can play.
I said,
we just saw the evidence.
Don't put words in my mouth. I said it will seem, right, that you probably didn't do that, right? But the way it works typically in a silo, Akin, for PKs, you play, you pick. In training, you know the people that will play and there is a hierarchy. You go first, you go second, you go third. And in most cases, your best PK taker goes last and your second best goes first. Or if you really want to be okay, let's make sure things are okay. Your best PK taker goes first and your second best goes last. And you have the other people in between.
Are you ready to go on record to say that of the 11 people on the pitch, Calvin Bassi was number 1 or 2? You're willing to say you trust this team enough and the decision makers enough to tell me. And if it is, then that's why we're here.
Akin, we're saying 2 different things, right?
Okay, tell me what you're saying.
What you are saying, right, is you can look at Bassi and the way Bassi plays, and you say Bassi cannot be a PK taker. And I'm like, that's not how it works.
How will he score PK?
That is not how it works. This is not hard.
This is not hard.
This is not how it works. PK is.
You tell me one great PK taker. Remember, I said great PK taker. I don't care where he plays. That is not good with the ball at his feet. Is it Shilavet, the goalkeeper?
So, great with his feet. You think Bassi is not good with his feet?
But he's not. He's a lump. He's not good with the ball. What did he do today? And
Bassi, hold on, Akin. Now, see, I won't let you do this, right?
Okay, do what?
I know that, you want to shit on everybody, excuse my French, guys.
No, I don't.
Bassi, hear me out. Bassi, right? Was in the Ajax Academy. He was playing left back for Ajax.
Yeah, doesn't mean he's good with the ball at his feet.
Hold on. Let me land. When he was at Scotland, with Rangers, he was playing left back in Scotland. A left back that would bombard forward, that could run with the ball, that could dribble, that could pull out. All of a sudden now, because he's playing centre back, he can't play PKs.
No.
Come on,
No.
man. Don't say that.
Yinka,
It
let me
is
give
not.
you two tests. Let me give you two tests. One, we're saying the same thing. None of these players are good. You've already said they should disband them. If they were good, you will not say they should disband them. None of these players are good. Right? Let's start with that. Right? Let's choose one of the best teams in England. Hold on, Yinka. One of the best teams in England right now that needs defenders. Liverpool.
Okay.
Are they looking at Bassey? Don't answer. It's a rhetorical question. I'm still talking. It's a rhetorical question. They're not looking at Bassey. But there are levels
to this thing now. He was Fulham's best player of the season last year. That's not the point.
Fulham is like 15th in the league. That's where we are.
You're taking this thing to another level. Hear me.
Yeah, that's where I want to take it. You've taken your own. I'm taking my own. You want to disband the team.
The list of the issues here is the PK. That's my point.
No. Okay,
why are you focusing on, you pick centre back to play PK? That's not the issue here.
Again, you said centre back. I never said centre back. I said,
but you said they played two centre backs.
No,
that's what you said on the group.
A lump of a centre back.
Centre backs. But they are the two centre backs we have. They are the two centre backs. So it's not the. So is it the lump that is the qualification or the centre back?
It's a lump of a centre back.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant in this case. Frankly,
you're breaking news today. You have reborn and rebirthed and born again Calvin Bassey as a classy ball-playing centre-back. You're a miracle worker.
What he is?
Since when? Since when? He's a lump.
Did you watch Calvin Bassey at Ajax?
I'm watching him now. No, it's what have you done for me lately? Who cares what he did at Ajax?
Because he now plays centre back.
No, it's how he plays centre back at the highest level. How does he play centre back at the highest level, Yinka?
We're digressing. But my point is, it is irrelevant, right? Whether he went PK. That's the list of the issues that we have here. We have bigger issues.
Yinka, you're not listening to me. If you were listening to me, you would know we're both in the same direction, right? Because how did we get to Calvin Bassey and Semi Ajayi playing PKs for us? Is because your coach took everybody out that makes their living with the ball at their feet. And you can say I'm wrong, but that is how you play penalty. When your life depends on it, you give it to the guy who is most comfortable with the ball at his feet, with facing a goalkeeper and knowing where the hell to put it. Okay? And the reason you can only name maybe 5 defenders who do this well is because it is hard to do it. It is hard to be focused on your defense and also be focused on scoring. Only the most special defenders are great penalty takers. But you want to make an academic argument. This is not academics. This is at the highest level.
For the sake of progress, we'll move on.
Yeah, no, but when your life depends on it, Nigeria presented 2 lumps out of their 6.
Ooh.
You know, Yinka, and it comes down again, Yinka, it comes down to what you said. It's about the coaching. So, Yinka, for the sake of wrapping this up, right?
Yes.
I think your point was Nigeria has a lot of work to do, right? Coach is bad. Team should be disbanded.
Coach is horrible.
My argument supporting your first point, coach is bad, is, Yinka, the coach of the DR, I can say DR Congo, brought in a penalty specialist goalkeeper in the last minute.
Yeah.
Right? Our coach, right? Our Malian coach took out his number 9, wearing number 10, Tolu Arokodare, who had just come in as a sub. Did he play more than 30 minutes?
Yeah, maybe no.
Okay.
No, he came on. Yeah, he didn't play more than 30.
He didn't play more than 30 minutes.
I don't think he played more than 30 minutes.
He didn't come in for Osimhen. He came in
he came in for someone else.
He came in for Iwobi.
He came in for Iwobi. Yeah.
So the last high profile subbing the sub I saw was Ebue, like 15 years ago. Right? You don't sub the sub like that. In a high profile game, what are you doing? You know, this man made 5 changes, none of which was geared towards taking penalties.
He's a horrible coach.
Towards taking penalties, Yinka. This is my point about the whole PK thing. They did not have a plan. They also didn't have a plan to win it in extra time, and they didn't have a plan to win it in injury time of the second half. They didn't have a plan to win it in the 45 minutes of the second half because, like you said, you're saying they played horribly. Okay, that's the result. The process, Yinka, is they withdrew into their shell in the second half. They flipped how they played in the first half. In the second half, they became defensive without actually making defensive substitution. They just changed the mindset. Without Osimhen, there's no outlet. We're just going to defend. And then that put the onus, that put the initiative on the other side. And that's how you saw that attacking. So I don't mean to like,
so I think you could flip that. You could flip that. You could say, right, that it's the other way. It's
also
those guys took up the initiative, their attacking impetus, and we just couldn't come out.
What happened?
There are several times we had the ball. That we're just passing, the back line. No penetration, nothing going forward, right? So you're right. Osimhen was probably the outlet, just throw the ball, long ball, which was always what we're doing in the first half. But these guys kept on knocking. They were knocking, playing the ball left, right. They had, I don't have the XG or whatever in front of me, but they had way higher than we did.
But you got the first thing that happened was withdrawing Osimhen, and not who replaced him, because it wasn't Aroko Dare. So who replaced him?
It was Adamako.
Okay, who scored a great penalty? I think the best penalty of the night. But who did nothing else?
Did he score? Okay, he did.
Yeah, he scored a great penalty, but he did nothing else.
But I get your point. The dysfunction is thunderous. Yeah, it's not here. It is massive. Yeah, and this whole debacle started a long time ago. It's a potpourri of people that don't have the same objectives. There is a complete objective misalignment, right? NFF is not there for the progress of Nigerian football for you guys to go to the World Cup. The players actually, frankly, they've shown you that we really don't care. We don't care if we go to the World Cup or not. It is you and I who are the Nigerian fans, right? That are, we have not been to the World Cup in 2 years. Apparently, they don't care enough. That's the summary of this whole thing. Yeah? That is the reason why NFF will appoint an Eric Chell, who in my opinion is let me be careful with my words. He is an incompetent coach. And it is not now. And we've said this 1,000,001 times. We've said this, it's documented. Right? Incompetent coach, you're just picking players up. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. Anyway, I rest my case.
So
I'm done ranting.
If you don't mind,
yes.
My wrap up of this would be to try and present a plan for the future. Yes. If you remember our first couple episodes, this is our episode 85, believe it or not. But our first couple episodes, you and I both talked about the future of the Super Eagles and, all of that stuff. And when I think about the cycles where we've had, if not world class, then super competent players, right? They've always come out of a very, what's the word I'm looking for? A concerted effort, in the decades before that moment, that grew that bunch of players. Right?
Yeah.
It's obvious now that those efforts are not being done in the country. Right? Yep. We're reaping the benefits of academies abroad now. But we're not the only ones. We're not, you just mentioned Belgium and DR Congo. One of the things that blows my mind all the time is how much France contributes to like pretty much every World Cup country ever. Right? In every World Cup, you look at every North African country that goes to the World Cup. Half of the players are French or started in France. The EPL will be nowhere.
Senegal, Cote d'Ivoire, Cameroon, all of them. The EPL, they need to thank the French league. Yeah.
The EPL would be nowhere without the French league.
Yep.
So when I think about that, I'm like, should we just give up? Like, are we just so incompetent that we're never going to be able to develop players who play the Nigerian way. And when I think about this, everyone always goes back to the 94 team. And I'm like, forget where they played their ball. Think about how they actually play. Again, I go back to Liverpool again. Liverpool is one of the best teams in the world. And they need defenders today. Who on this Super Eagles will be on their radar? Zero. None of them. You know, we can maybe say, you know, what's his name? Right back who is injured. What's his name?
Which of them?
He's not. He didn't play today. I know. We can maybe say in a pinch. But you look at that 94 team, it's an embarrassment of riches. You know, because I'm like, I can't think of a center back in the world today that I would say I'm definitely taking over Uche Okechukwu. Just in terms of being able to play the game, having the brain. You know, I'm not even talking Keshi. Keshi is on another level. I'm talking of someone like Uche Okechukwu. We haven't even produced someone like that. And how do you produce Uche Okechukwu? Because right now, we've gone from an embarrassment of riches, Yinka, to just a damn embarrassment. You know, this was hard to watch. Yinka, this was terrible. And, you know, when we were texting back and forth and joking, I'm like, what must our second and third goalkeepers look like for us to stick with this joke of a goalkeeper who in the biggest moment of his career was just playing, you know, 10-10 in front of goal? You know, I'm like, what is this? What is this? Aloyagu would ever. And it was awful. You know what I'm saying? Like, is he even as good as Aloyagu?
No, leave Aloyagu out of it too.
In real time.
At the sight of Abedi Pele, will be peeping in his pants.
Yes, but when he wasn't facing Abedi Pele, it was fine. You know?